For me, at least. 3 firsts for me. First time that I've ever done a Body by Body challenge party in the state of Tennessee. That's a first. First time I've ever worn a cowboy hat on stage to talk to people. And the first time I ever came to stage after drinking a half a thing of moonshine upstairs.
Yeah!
Okay, well, that part wasn't true, but there was like 2 containers of it up there. So I didn't know if I was supposed to drink before or after, but we'll find out. Well, I already missed the before part. So let's get this part out of the way. How many guys found it a little bit weird watching a DVD of a guy when the guy was standing there watching himself on DVD at the exact same time? A little bit? Well, let's talk about why that is. The main reason why we do that, even though I'm here, is because I want everyone who's new tonight to understand that you don't need Ashley here or me here for this to work. All you need to be able to do is press blend in a blender and play on a DVD player, and there's thousands and thousands of people tonight that are watching that DVD that will get started on the challenge. In fact, between 3,000 to 4,000 people today will get started on the challenge. And there's about, say, 350 plus here in this room, so the other 4,000, the other 3,500, I'm not in front of, right? So all they did was press play. Thousands and thousands and thousands watched it. 3,500 made the decision today. 4,000 made the decision today to get started. So think of is it 10, 20,000 that watched the DVD? So how many of you guys can press play on a DVD player and blend in a blender, right? If you can do that, this will work. So I want to take this off because I can't see any of these people up here. But I would imagine it's good for stage because it blocks all the lights. That's a good thing. So if I can just tell you guys a quick story. My background's real simple. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan, a very blue-collar, middle-class upbringing. All 4 of my grandparents had worked at the same factory. It had a trickle-down effect. My uncles, my dad, my cousins, my brothers, they all worked there. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I knew what I didn't want to be, and I didn't want to be working at that factory. I wanted to be quote-unquote rich one day. Raise your hand if when you were a kid you wanted to be rich one day, right? The rest of you guys when you're kids wanted to be poor one day? Or you're 9 going, I really want to be middle class when I grow up, right? When we're kids, we all want to be rich. There's just not a class for it. There's not like a Wealth 101 course that you attend. If there was, we would have attended it, right? So I got lucky that I was pretty good at sports. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go out and play pro baseball because I can't sing, I can't play an instrument, I can't act. I'm not a good liar, so illegal's out. So that pretty much left sports for me. And so I went out and played college baseball. And while I was playing college baseball, I was introduced to the #1 way that financial success is created for people. It turns out, even though we are in Nashville, it's not music, it's entrepreneurship. It's becoming an entrepreneur. That's the #1 way. What I loved about that is that it had nothing to do with how hard or how fast I could run, how hard I could throw a ball, how well you could sing or play an instrument. All it had to do with is if you had a little bit of this and you had a whole lot of this, you could be an entrepreneur. If you had a little bit, you don't even need a lot of this, right? You need a little bit of this, and you need a whole lot of that. Raise your hand if you have a little bit of this. Does anybody have a little bit of this, right? That's one you want to raise your hand for, just so you know. And raise your hand if you guys have a whole lot of this. Anybody got a whole lot of this, right? So I had that, so I got started. I wasn't successful out of the gates. It took me 4 years before I was successful. But at the age of 22, I was in a position where I was making $25,000 to $30,000 a month, which is pretty good when you're 22 years old. I had moved from Michigan to California because I became allergic to snow. Anybody know what I'm talking about, right? So I headed to California. I lived in Southern California there, and literally 2 houses from the beach. And I would wake up every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 in the morning, and I'd walk down to the water. I'd touch my toes in the water and say, today I beat the system. And then I'd come back the next day on Tuesday. Today I beat the system. Wednesday, today I beat the system. You could look to the left and you could see for miles. You could look to the right, same thing. There was nobody in any direction. Where was everybody at Monday through Friday, 8 in the morning? Where were they all at?
Work,
right? It was just me and a couple homeless guys. We were high-fiving the whole time. We were, yes! It was a great life. And everybody who didn't know me assumed I was one of 2 things. Like, all right, he's got a lot of money, he's young, he goes to the beach every day, he drives a nice car, and he never goes to work. Something's wrong with his picture. So he's either a rich kid, because there's a lot of rich kids in Orange County, California, where I live, and if he's not a rich kid, then he must be a what? No, supermodel. No?
Gigolo.
Like one guy in the back is like, no, you guys are right. They thought I was a drug dealer. So at first, I used to take offense to that. I was like, I worked so hard at this, and then I realized it wasn't that they had a problem with me, it's that they had a problem with what they were taught. Because what they were taught ever since they were this tall is that type of success at that age is just not what? Possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. And after a while, I began to understand the perspective and actually agreed with many of them. Because I was able to see where they were coming from. And I said, you know what? You're right. It's not possible to do what I've done at my age or any age if you do what you do. But I don't do what you do. See, 97% of all people, they make money a certain way. And it's not possible to have financial and time freedom at any age if you make money the same way that 97% do. See, if you were on that side of money, it's impossible. But for me, I was an entrepreneur. Therefore, it was possible. Not guaranteed, but what? Possible. In fact, if we want to get a little bit of a further picture on this, here's a good way to look at this. Oh, is this strapped in? That is strapped in. Okay. So, if you were looking at this side of that sign right there, one person standing on this side of this sign, and one person standing on this side of this sign. The person standing on the back side of the sign, what are they going to see? Nothing. What do the people on this side of the sign see?
Prosperity.
So here was what the problem was. 97% of people see nothing because they're on the wrong side of prosperity. Period. They're on the wrong side of it. So when they look at it, they don't see a shot. They don't see a possibility. They don't see a chance. They don't see an opportunity because it's not possible in what they are doing. They got to get to the other side of money. And if they will look at the other side of money, the entrepreneurial side, they'll say, holy cow, I see a chance, I see a shot, I see prosperity. Right? And that's what I encourage to every single one of you guys today, is simply to see the other side of money, which is entrepreneurship. I know today not all of you guys are here for that, and in fact, I applaud the ones who are here just for the challenge, right? It's completely okay if you're here tonight because you just want to get on the challenge, you just want to see some results, and you have no desire whatsoever to make any additional income. In fact, for those of you guys that are only here to get on the challenge, I thank you. Give those people a big round of applause. But for those of you guys that are here looking for more, you're looking for that prosperity piece, you're the other side of, you're trying to get to the other side of money there, I want to talk to you guys tonight for a few minutes. So I will still have people that will come up to me today and like,